Good day kwese kwamuri, welcome to the Math Hub. In today's class, toda kuita psychogeometry. We are going to practice this topic using this question, a ZIMSEC question, paper 1, June 2020. The question reads, in the diagram, A, B, C, and D are points on the circumference of a circle, center O. PD is a tangent to the circle at D. Angle ADB is equal to 28 degrees and angle CBD is equal to 47 degrees. Before we get into this question, I have a piece of advice I want to give. Chekutanga is to emphasize the importance of this particular topic. Psychogeometry is a very pivotal and central topic ku ZIMSEC O-level maths, zvekuti it's almost a given muchasangana ne question in your ZIMSEC paper which has something to do with psychogeometry. Saka this is a topic where you should actually master how it is done. Now I want to give you a piece of advice on how to approach such questions. Zvandinoita inini, before ndatombotarisa ma-angles ari kufunzwa, that is A, B, C, D, ndinotanga nekuita fill in ma-angles andinoona in that particular diagram. Saka I look at that diagram, then ndoita fill in ma-angles andiri kuona. Ma-angles andingachinetsa kuwana, for instance, ndinomasiya. Then after ndaita fill in for the first time, ndodzokera ku A, B, C, D, ndonoona kuti pama-angles andaita fill in pane here an angle yakafunzwa. Sometimes you are lucky enough kuwana kuti ma-angles ese amaita fill in from your first thought, kura kuti musinonyanya kufungisisa sterek, anenge atori iwo ma-angles akafunzwa. Then sometimes you find out kuti maybe pane 1 or 2 ma-angles amusina kuita fill in akafunzwa, then you try to work around them. So that is how I approach these questions. Let us do just that. Saka tichazviita sei? I'm going to fill in per diagram ipapapa. The reason being, ndoda kuti mimi muite fill in kana makunyora ZIMSEC diagram ravanokupai. Don't try to reproduce the diagram per side. Do not try to reproduce the diagram because mogona kuita mistake paminge mchizama kudraw a diagram, motodraw zvisizvo, and that leads to wrong solutions. Saka just use the diagram rinenge rakatodrowewa neZIMSEC on your question paper. That is what we are going to do. But before we do much, there are things we should take note of. Chekutanga, ndoda kuti muone kuti A or D i diameter. Zvakakosha zvisingaite. A or D i diameter. Why tichiti A or D diameter? Because a line rikubva, it's a straight line. Ndechekutanga. Some properties, a diameter, it has to be straight. Saka it's a straight line. But this straight line is doing what? It's passing through the center, through O, and iruku connector two sides of the circumference. Saka endo ma characteristics a diameter. Line riku connector two opposite sides of the circumference, richipfuura nepakati pana O, really straight line. So that's a diameter. So zvatinoda kunyora panapa, chakangokosha kuita take note kuti A or D is a diameter. Zvandazonyora panapa are just explanations to authenticate that discovery. Okay. But kana A or D are diameter, we also should note kuti A, B, C, D becomes what? A semi-circle. Because diameter redu rinodambura our circle into 2 equal parts. Saka A, B, C, D becomes a semicircle because A or D is a diameter. Zvakakosha kuita that deduction. Then the other important thing panapa, A ABCD is what is called a cyclic quadrilateral. It's very important. It's a cyclic quadrilateral. Why is it a cyclic quadrilateral? Because all 4 vertices kana kuti makona ese ari 4 pana A apa, B, C na D ese ari kubata circumference. That makes it a cyclic quadrilateral. If we had a situation like this, let us say this is our center O, then we have a shape like this. Of course, this is a quadrilateral, because quadrilateral is a shape with 4 sides. So it's a quadrilateral, but it's not cyclic because we only have 3 vertices, cannot 3 corners dziri kubata the circumference. But in that case, all the 4 corners are kubata the circumference, so that is a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, saka aya ndo madiscoveries ataita. Taita madiscoveries aya manje ngatichitai few in maangles atiri kuona before tatomboenda kumakukweseni. Saka we should have theorems on our fingertips. One way of doing that is to study them, especially from the New General Mathematics book 3 and 4. That is, to me, the only book which clearly explains these theorems. But if you want to study them elsewhere, remember this can be called Euclidean geometry. ZIMSEC, it is circle geometry, but other syllabuses call it Euclidean geometry after Euclid, who is the person who proposed these theorems, frameworks of ideas. Saka taona kuti it's a diameter semicircle cyclic quadrilateral. Ngatichita a few in maangles atiri kuona. Saka chekutanga manje, you must take note kuti D and actually let me start with this. ABD, angle ABD is equal to 90 degrees. Why is angle ABD panapa equal to 90 degrees? The reason is angle in semicircle. Samukona kukosha kwakaita kuita take note kuti ABCD is a semicircle because tatoona kuti ABD is an angle in a semicircle. My reasons are munogona kumaisa munogona kusamaisa, because at the end of the day chinodikwa is a correct answer. But I would advise kuti muti mukanyora like a statement ABD is equal to 90 degrees, muma brackets moisa a very short reason why murukudaro, because that can guide the examiner in the case the examiner wants to award you part marks. Saka in angle in a semicircle, angle inogadzirwa ne triangle inenge ine diameter, then yoya kunoku DB yozoti BA. This is what an angle in a semicircle. You can find this, the theorem of cyclic quadrilaterals. I think it's in NGM book 3. So if you don't understand this, you have to go and revisit that topic, or you can actually watch our lessons. We have a cluster of lessons on our YouTube channel on circle geometry. Okay, but we also have another realization. Makatarisa mchaona kuti ACD is also equal to 90 degrees. ACD is also equal to 90 degrees with the same reason angle in a semicircle. It's also 90 degrees, and don't forget mnova matoya kunoku, you fill in 90 degrees like that. Ameno kana muri kuzviona kuti panapa mamuchikona kuti oro ABD, angle ABD is equal to angle ACD, which is equal to 90 degrees, the reason being angle in same segment. Ameno kuti muri kuzviona ere kuti angle ABD ABD ne angle ACD, they are in the same segment. If you look at our lessons on psychogeometry, takatsanangura nawo iyi tichiti kana uchikwanisa kudrawa kakaita ka M handidi M wacho rega ndimuite trace back. M wacho ndeuyu uyu M uyu kudai so uchikwanisa kudrawa M akadai so zvoreva kuti angle inenge iri panapa inenge iri equal to angle iri apo. Saka patinokwanisa kudrawa ma M, munogona kuiti M ameno, munogona kuiti 8 or whatever, but I think it's more like an M. Patinokwanisa kudrawa an M tinenge tiine angles in the same segment. Saka instead of saying ABD is equals to 90 degrees angle in semicircle, manga muchigona kuzoti therefore ACD is also equal to 90 degrees because of what? Angles in the same segment. But let us stick with this theorem here, angles in the same semicircle. So I'm going to remove this. That's also another way of thinking, another way of getting true solutions. Okay. Tine rimwe angle yatiri kuona panapa. Mukatarisisa muchaona kuti, let me write it as a statement. DBC iri equal to DAC, so right tinenge equal to 47 degrees, and the reason is what? Angle in same segment. The full theorem inenge chiti the angle subtended by the same segment what. Saka panapa zorova kuti this angle ishi inenge iri futi chi 47 degrees. Tinogona kuita trace M wedu muona achibuda. Saka tikadai so murugona angle iyo todai so futi yabuda. Saka zorova kuti angle ino ishi ne angle E zvinenge zviri subtended by this segment DC, cannot by the chord DC, actually by the segment DC. That's why this angle is 47 degrees. I mean not to. But also mukacherechedza muchaona kuti this angle again ish angle should also be 28 degrees. And why is it so? Because ADB is equal to ADB iri equal to BCA, which is equal to 28 degrees, and the same reason angle in same segment. Saka pazoita senge we are taking too long, but kana muchizviita under exam pressure uye kana manyatso kupractice this topic enough, zvinenge zviri easier to do. Very easy and very quick. You do it quickly. And panapa kana muchida futi we can trace kuti these are actually angles in the same segment, because M yedu inobuda mugona tafara 28 apo tikadai so futi uya anofanga kuita chi 28. Saka panapa 47 apa futi 28 ndo trick yanga iri pa this question. Okay. Saka tine amwe ma angles atinokwanisa kudi kuwana. Amwe ma angles panapa angangova a system of triangles, which I'm going to show you. Like we can easily get this angle tichishandisa triangle ABC. We can easily get this angle tichishandisa triangle BDC, and then we can get my angles aya tichishandisa angles on a intersection, again tishandisa futi a system of triangles. Then of course we can get this angle. Saka amwe ma angles awo ndakuda kushandisa wisdom yandoda kushandisa ndeyekuti since amwe ma angles ese takwanisa kumawana through implication of just a system of triangles, togona mbomasiya for now, toenda ku question. Saka ma angles angachida ma theorems ndo atinotanga taita fill in, like tashandisa two theorems apo, angle in semicircle and also angle in the same segment. Pane theorem imwe yatanga chifangwa kushandisa inotipa CDP, but I think tichaishandisa pama questions up. Saka because taita fill in ma angles anoda ma theorems, asara ma angles mostly anoda kusolvewa tichishandisa a system of triangles. Zoreva kuti let us now go to the question. But to create a space now, ndoda kubvisa pamusoro panapa pata identify the diameter ZIMSEC and cyclic quad, so that we can have more space yekuita our working. Then you're going to see it working Arduino Buddha. The other thing is, I checked per ChatGPT question and also checked on another AI model. AI haigoni psychogeometry, saka don't rely on it. Haigoni psychogeometry zvachose, saka please listen to us, because my methods they are self-tested. They can be proven easily. Okay, calculate A irikuda BAD. Saka what is BAD? B, A and D. Saka ndoda kushandisa a different color panapa. Let me use this maroonish color. Chiri kunzi BAD, BAD. Iengo yesei murikuzvoona ndiyo BAD. But isusu from our use of theorems tangowana CAD kuroti tawana a part of BAD. And it saka kuzviita izvi we can actually say togona kunyora a statement kuti angle BAD iri equal to the angle BAC plus then the angle CAD, like that. But isusu manje tatowana kuti chi CAD ndi 47 degrees, saka BAD inenge iri equal to chi BAC atisiri kuziva plus CAD ndiani 47 degrees. Saka tikawana nzira yekuwana nayo togona kuti considering calculating however I want to put it BAC. Tikawana nzira yekucalculata BAC tinenge tatowana kuti BAD ndiani. But BAC hainetsi kuwana because tinoiwana through a system of triangles. Murikuzvona. Saka tichashandisa angles in a triangle. Tinoishandisa sei? Tichati this angle ACB plus the angle CBA plus the angle BAC should be equal to 180 degrees, and this is because of angles in a triangle. Kana mogona kuti sum of angles in a triangle. Saka tichiti tinoisolva tichishandisa a system of triangles. Look at this. ACB and it ACB so wrote in the ino E angle E and then CBA angle ESA, then BAC angle iyo. I can trace ndogona kukuratidzai chekutanga kuti tashandisa this triangle ishi yandiri kutrace iyi. Murikuzvona tashandisa this triangle. By the way, tachigona kushandisa triangle inenge ichizopfuura nepanapa inoti B panapa togona kupati XA, but yanga ichizotinetsera kuti tinowana sei this angle tachida kuzotanga taita amwe macalculations. Saka iyo ndo system ndio triangle yatiri kushandisa. Okay, then patati ACB iangle inoi, patati CBA iangle ESA, then patazotichi BAC tongoreva ka angle aka. Satodawana ka angle ako kuitira kuti tiadd to 47 kuti tiwane angle yacho yese. That is our thinking. Saka panapa teta kuti chi ACB iri equal to chi 28 degrees plus cos CBA iri equal to 47 degrees plus 90 degrees and 47 plus 90 then plus BAC at sirikusiva should be equal to 180 degrees. Kana maingos enyu angasina kuita zvakanaka apa, I'm telling you kuti maanswers abudi. Mugona kutoona kutoti muri kuwana a negative answer. Saka zvinhu izvi zvinofanirwa kutongomechana zvega. That's important. Okay, this was a paper 1 kureva kuti there is no use of calculator required. So what are we going to do? We are going to manually add these things. So rega ndizviitire kuside kunoku 28 plus 47 plus 90. 8 plus 7 the 15 to carry 1. Then 9 yacho plus 1 the 10 plus 4 the 14 then 15 16 got out it's 165. Saka kuside look it's 165 degrees plus BAC is equal to 180 degrees. Kureva kuti BAC is equal to 180 degrees minus 165 degrees, which is what? 180 degrees minus 165 degrees 7, then up 10 minus 5, that's 5, 8 minus 7 it's 1, got out it's equal to 15 degrees. Saka BAC is equal to 15 degrees. Kapata aka zora utichi ka 15 degrees aka 15 degrees. Maona kuti BAC taiwana sei? Tashandisa triangle. Ndatokuratidza kuti triangle yacho ndeipi. Saka we have many triangles apa. We are going to use a lot of triangular systems to get our answers. So let me remove this part. Yatashandisa kuwana chini BAC taona kuti ndi 15. Kureva kuti panapa tenge takungoti therefore BAD is equal to 15 degrees plus 47 degrees. By the way, ini kana ndichi wrap up ndikuita kuti zvangu zvive pano 1 kuitira kuti zvinzwisisike. Otherwise pano show all working you should show everything. Mufanirwa kutotiratidza kuti mawana sei angle BAC. Mukangoya muchiti 15 degrees. Especially on whilst we are still learning this learning curve ndinocheka. I need to know kuti maiwana kupi. You understand? Saka method yese yandaita inoteverwa. Communicate kuti 15 yo yabvepi. Kana yakangonyorwa isina kwayabva pasina kana explanation hapana working, so we don't mark. Saka be careful there. Okay, so let us remove this to ornament our work. Saka panapa takuti what is 47 plus 15? 7 plus 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 to carry 1, 4, 5, 6. Correctly. Panapa it's 62 degrees. That is what it is. 62 degrees. Ndo answer ndo kwa inobva. Okay. Maona kuti netwa sei. Kana mine mubvunzo musatywa kufunza. Don't hesitate. Saka tawana zvatawana. Regai ndingonyora answer chete. Ndikuitira space. Ndikuda kuti zvangu zvive pano 1. Saka munchandiregererawo. Saka answer yedu B A D the 62 degrees. Let us go pa B. B iri kuda CDP. Saka tofunga kuziva kuti CDP ndeipi panapa. Saka CDP. Okay. Murikuona CDP kureva kuti angle iri kudikwa ndeipi? CDP ndeishi E. Ndo angle iri kudikwa. Saka tinoiwana sei? Remember ndati pane theorem yatisina kuapply yatichafanirwa kuapply apo. So how are we going to get that? Can we write it in a single statement? Saka kuti tuwane that angle hama dzangu, we need this angle. Mukuzona? We need this angle. So here what we are going to do kuti tiwane CDP, tinoda kutanga tawana BDC. But kuti tiwane BDC, we have to use this triangle yandiri kumaka panapa, this triangle. The reason being, we already have 2 angles in this triangle, and the third angle will be BDC. Titori na 47 degrees ari pana CBD panapa. Titori futi na 90 degrees plus this is 28 degrees iri pana DCB. So kuti tiwane BDC, it's going to be easier. So we write this statement, but before so, let me just remove this here. So we write this statement, BDC. If we add DCB, we also add CBD. This should be equal to 180 degrees. Of course, sum of angles in the triangle. Saka zvinongoreva kuti BDC is equal to 180 degrees minus what is DCB. Saka DCB, it's 90 degrees plus 28 degrees. Angle inoi plus angle iyo. Then of course CBD ndian ndi 47 degrees. Saka zvandaita apa, I think it's just unnecessary complication, because I see kuti zvangachida kuti zvinhu zvese zvizova bracketed. Saka let us do it like this. BDC plus DCB ndoyatarichi 90 degrees plus 28 degrees plus CBD, which is 47 degrees, is equal to 180 degrees. So let us now calculate 90 plus 28 plus 47. 8 plus 8 into 16, got out 8 plus 7, 15, carry 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's 165. So panapa tiri kuti BDC and it plus 165 is equal to 180 degrees. Kureva equal kuti chi BDC inge equal to 180 degrees subtracting 165 degrees. Saka panapa 180 subtracting 165, it's like this. 10 minus 5, that's 5, and 18 minus 17, the 1. Kureva kuti still BDC equal to 15 degrees. Okay, saka panapa it's 15 degrees. The other thing you should have known, if we have a cyclic quadrilateral, tine a theorem inoti opposite angles are supplementary. Saka I'm going to use it kuti tiwane that 15 degrees. But panapa tatoona kuti BDC equal to 15 degrees. So let me continue with this trajectory kuti tiwane what CDP is going to be. Saka kuti tichiwana CDP, and let me do this. Saka kuti tiwane CDP, tinenge takuiwana sei. Kuti tiwane CDP, tichati AD, ngatiti ADB, andika kurova this angle, twarati plus BDC, toti plus yatiri kutsvaga CDP. This should be equal to what? 90 degrees. And this is what? Theorem yacho, it's angles. Theorem yacho togona kuisummarize tichiti angle between diameter and tangent. Saka panosangana a diameter and a tangent, tarisai mubook form yenyu, panosangana a diameter and a tangent, panenge pachigadzira a 90 degree angle. Panosangana a diameter, saka the diameter AD asangana ne tangent DP. Tatoudzwa kuti DP is a tangent. That's why we apply this theorem. Saka panapa, what is ADP? 28 degrees plus what is BDC? Ndio calculate at not in 15 degrees plus CDP at kutsvaga. This is equal to 90 degrees. If we add 28 plus 15, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Get 1. So that's 43. So 43 degrees plus CDP is equal to 90 degrees. Kureva kuti CDP is 90 degrees subtracting 43 degrees. And what is 90 subtracting 43? It's 7 abanga. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Correct, it's 47 degrees. Ha, zvinhu zvacho zviri kupindana pindana. Nekuti 47 degrees tanga tigona kuiwana tichishandisa futi another theorem. Theorem yacho inenge ichiti chi? Theorem yacho inoti angle iri panapa iri equal to an opposite interior angle. Saka this exterior angle mono reverse futi NGM book 4. This exterior angle CDP is equal to this interior angle actually DAC. That's why mchona kuti tawana CDP iri 47 degrees, panapa futi DAC kana kuti CAD it's 47. Saka umwe angachigona kutongotarisa utoona, maybe that's why it's 1 mark. So atatoita izvi tatenderera, takachigona kutongotarisa toona kuti angle iri exterior kunoku iri equal to this opposite interior angle. Muri kuzviona? But chakakosha kuwana answer 47 degrees. And of course tangachigona kudai, so let me just do it quickly pano. Kuwana 15 degrees it's tangachigona kuti 90 degrees. Alright, let us write it formally. Tangachigona kuti A B C and it plus ADC and it should be equal to 180 degrees. Reason yedu iri opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral. Ndozvatanga chikona kuita panapa. Saka A B C inenge iri 90 plus 47. So it's 90 plus 47 plus asi ADC inenge iri 28 degrees plus yatisiri kuziva yacho, which is BDC. And this should give us 180 degrees. Kureva kuti tikati 90 plus 47 plus 28. Saka panapa tika add 90 plus 47 plus 28. Of course 7 plus 8 is 15. Carry 1. 1 plus 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 165. And 180 minus 165 inotipa 15. So ndo imwe nzira yatachigona kushandisa opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Correct, they are equal to 180 degrees. So that's also one way of doing it. Okay, saka tato calculate tukaona kuti CDP is equal to 47 degrees. Now we want to do, so takuda kuita pano, takuda kuona kuti CAB inge equal to chi. Saka CAB tato calculator, tatoona kuti CAB is equal to 15 degrees. So CAB is equal to 15 degrees. And how did we come about it? Tashandisa this triangle. Saka since mnenge mchiita show your working, it automatically means working yekuwa na CAB mnenge matoiita kudara. Saka tatoiita but tazoi cancela edu. So that's one way of looking at it. Okay. Let us go to D. D irikuda BCD. Saka BCD tatoita working yacho kudara. BCD inenge iri equal to 28 degrees plus 90 degrees, which is what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 118 degrees. So panap, of course, don't forget it's 15 degrees. Danyora 150 instead of 15. Some said that negligent error, 15 degrees, like that. So this is how it is basically done. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and take care.